Hi, friends. This coming weekend, Saturday, we have the Lionsgate portal. It's 8/8. And this year, it is really significant for us as a human race. And I've spent some time chatting with my guides about it, and I wanted to pass that on to you since we are right around the corner from this big event. So, this is what they shared with me. I will share with you is that this moment in our shared history as a human species is a moment in which we are reclaiming our sovereignty. And we're doing that a number of different ways. And one of the first steps is the video I just posted recently about reclaiming yourself and living from the truth of who you are. And that's one of the first steps to understand who you are and to unapologetically live from that place, to live from your heart, to walk the path of your soul. That's number one. Number two is to recognize where we are as a collective and to understand why we are here and what we've experienced and to choose a different path. So, for humans, I've gotten this message for years that our DNA has been capped, that has been muffled, that the true expression of our potential has not been possible because we have been genetically messed with. We've been altered over the millennium, not just in the past 6 years, but for the last at least 100 years, biologically speaking, and even before that, by different groups whose interests were served through the subjugation of the human race so that they had complete control over our desires, over our actions, over our unconscious behaviors. To be kept in an unconscious state was advantageous for some. And that is what we as a species are beginning to break out of in this moment. This Lion's Gate coming up is very, very special because it is energy coming in from the star Sirius, and there's Sirius A, B, and C, and this is coming from Sirius C. This energy that's coming in from Sirius C is activating aspects of our DNA, different sequences in it. The genome is made up of coding sequences which code for your genes, but I don't know, what is it? 98% of it is non-coding sequence. And that is not unfunctional. It's doing things, right? It's part of the way that our genome is managed. It turns genes on, it turns genes off by creating different transcription factors that affect the way your genome performs and the way it expresses itself, especially in different cells. So it's not that it's doing nothing, but the majority of its function is unknown. And what I have been led to understand from my guides is that this section of our genome is actually quite active, and it is the part of our genome that is coding for some of the attributes that have gone unexpressed in the human population for many thousands of years, at least since the time of Atlantis, and that is coming back online. Events like the one we have starting now, by the way, today is Tuesday, and I felt the energy shift today. So it's already starting. The energy is already starting to build. It doesn't only happen on the 8th. It begins now, and it happens several days after the 8th. So we're in a window, we're in a period of time, but we associate this window of time with the Lion's Gate, and that is important because it's a representation of Sirius showing up in the sky along the horizon for many people in the Northern Hemisphere. So it's both, you could say, happening in the collective consciousness because it's our lineage to honor the rising of Sirius along the horizon at dawn. And so it's both something that is in the field around us, and then it's also something that feels more literal to me, that the actual quality of the energy and the light that's coming into the planet right now is changing. And that affects our DNA and affects the expression of it. And we as humans, this is something they just shared with me, came to Earth at this particular time to experience the tail end of the subjugation of human beings, moving from subjugation to sovereignty. And that is an incredible experience, an experience of exaltation, to move from a place of being controlled to a place of freedom. That is what many of us, I would say the majority of us, came to experience on the planet at this time. That is why we feel it so acutely at this time. Why the last 6 years were full of the experience of subjugation, of having to do things outside of your will, perhaps putting something in your body that didn't feel aligned for you. And now where do we find ourselves? We find ourselves in this moment where we have more and more energy coming into our planet that is reminding us what is the way out of subjugation. It is by taking your ownership of who you are back, your own personal power, and living from that place and expressing from that place. This is a moment for humanity to say, I don't need to define myself from the definitions that you have told me are important. I'm defining myself based on who I feel myself to be, who I know myself to be through those feelings, and who I step into ownership of now at this time. I'm going to make decisions from that place. I'm not going to make decisions from the pressures outside of me that are actually meaningless to me, but I took on as important. I'm going to make decisions based on that truth. I'm going to make life decisions and directional decisions, what I'm going to do for work, what I'm going to do for pleasure, who I'm going to spend my time with. I'm going to make those decisions from this new place of owning who I am. It is the same process that we all go through as souls, moving from a place of the illusion of separation to the knowing of oneself as source. It is the same thing. Subjugation, freedom. Separation, source. They are two states of being. We live in a polarized reality. While we are here, we have the pleasure and the displeasure of experiencing separation. In many ways, it is a gift because you get to experience all of these emotions and all of these wonderful things that happen through that separation, through the veil coming down and forgetting what you are. But it also leaves us open to manipulation and to the subjugation of others who have a plan for gaining power and control. And humans in their unconscious state are easy to manipulate. Humans in their fully conscious, empowered state are not. And that is what we are moving towards. So I have several events coming up in the near future to bring sovereignty back into your awareness, to help you have simple tools for creating the coherence in your body that will help you move from a discoherent, discombobulated state that might be created in the field of energy around you through harmful EMFs or through even just the energy of the society and the way things are run, and move you into a coherent state in which the geometries of DNA, the geometries of energy around your DNA start to align themselves into a fuller expression of who you came to be as a soul. This Saturday, I have a free event happening that is with the Shift Network, and you can find that on my website, jaylenetracy.com, and there's a link to it there. It's free, and it has a DNA activation at the end, which will be very beneficial for helping you to begin aligning and attuning your DNA. On the 13th of August, I'm teaching a course through transformational harmonics, and that is called Creating a New Relationship with Your DNA. And that is more information about bringing that sovereignty into your field and helping your DNA to express itself as it's meant to. Because the human genome is miraculous and the human genome is capable of much more than we have had the pleasure of experiencing. But it is coming back online, and experiences like the one we are entering into right now are one of the moments where it's really good to harness what is available. So bringing that coherence into your field, matching and aligning to the energies that are present, that are coming in from Sirius. It's a really important thing to do right now. Then I'll be teaching with the Chef Network at the end of the month. And that's really all about the hidden intelligence of your DNA. Again, these are all about DNA. The time is now to take ownership back over the way our gene expression is evolving, and to take an active role in that. So I hope you'll join me for one of those things. Again, this Saturday's free, and would love to see you there, and enjoy the DNA activation. And if you can't make any of those things, then I encourage you to bring in a frequency of harmony and peace into your field. And one of those frequencies that I've been guided to use a lot is one of the solfeggio tones, and that is 528 hertz. So I'm going to play that tone for you now. You can close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, feel yourself relax as you breathe. Hanonoya katatadeashta, tononoya katatadeashta, hi atadanaya katatadeashta, hi iya nononoa katatadea katatadeashta, hananaya katatadeashta, ha anononoya katatadeashta, hanonoya katadanaya katatadeashta, dananiashta, dananiashta, tototoya katatadeashta, hi iya totononoya katatadeashta, hananaya katatadeashta. Ando totoya kanananiashta, nononiashta, dananiakatadeashta, hatadeashta, hataishta. Good. You can also find many different tracks with 528 hertz frequency or other solfeggio frequencies on YouTube or on Spotify or whatever music you listen to, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. Just type in the frequency you want to listen to at that moment. You can intuitively tune into, muscle test what would be the best and most harmonious for you to listen to in any given moment. I highly recommend the solfeggio tones. They have a special alignment with the source energy field. And you can look what those different frequencies are. There's a whole series of them online, and find the one that feels the best for you and listen to it. And that will also help harmonize your field and bring you into a state of coherence and alignment. So happy listening, and I hope to see you at one of those upcoming events. Otherwise, please do spend some time out in nature, feeling yourself connected and aligned with the energies of the trees and the plants around you. I'll make one last comment, and that is that as these big surges of energies come in that are very advantageous for us and our genome coming online, it's also a lot for the physical body to process all at once. So one of the things that you can do is you can buffer those big signals by going outside into nature and sitting near a tree. If there's no trees near you, if you're in a more southern location, then sit near different plants or near running water. That also has the same effect of helping to buffer the big energies that are coming in. It'll help you feel a lot better right now. Or you can go near the ocean or something like that. So it's either water or plant life that can really make a big difference of helping your body to acclimate to and handle the big surges and waves of energy that are coming through. All right, I'll be back soon with more updates for you. Bye for now.